Hey, what's going on everybody, Team here, and welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be taking a break from the Between Land series to show off a very cool Dragons mod, which is Wyrmroost. This is actually made by the same people who made Dragon Mounts 2. You can download it from Minecraft 1.15.2, and it does require Citadel. The Between Lands will be back next week, so don't worry about that. And before you ask, we will be covering the Ice and Fire mod when the 1.15.2 port is completed. So as always, this video will be split into sections. The timestamps will be on the screen right now, and YouTube has a new feature where there are actually going to be chapters of the video, so you can use that as well. So first off, we have the items. And the first item we're going to be covering is the geode. These are gem ores found in the overworld in clusters of 1 to 5 near bedrock. There are also purple and red variants that can be found in the end and nether. And you can also finally find them in dungeons and mineshaft chests. The red and purple geodes are slightly stronger than the blue variant. They can be crafted into tools, weapons, armor, jeweled apples, and soul crystals. The tools are stronger, more durable, and faster than diamond, and the geode armor is tougher and more durable than any vanilla ore, including diamond. Next up are jeweled apples, which are crafted by surrounding an apple with 4 geodes, and since geodes are so rare, it gives you some really good buffs such as regen 3 for 5 seconds, night vision, glowing, and resistance for 40 seconds, and absorption 3 for 5 whole minutes. Then is the soul crystal, which are crafted by surrounding an eye vendor with 4 geodes, and these shiny orbs will allow you to transport a tame dragon in your inventory. When it has a dragon, it will glow like it's enchanted and display the dragon species and owners in the tooltip, and right click the ground to get the dragon out. Then we have platinum, which is a metal only available in the overworld in veins of 1 to 8 below Y equals 40. It's a mid-tier material between iron and diamond. Each tool does 0.5 more damage than its iron equivalent and is slightly faster. Then we have dragon eggs, which are obtained from breeding 2 dragons, and if you're creative, you can left click a dragon with an egg to change it to that dragon's type. Next is the Drake backplate, which has a 65% chance of dropping from an overworld Drake. You can use it to upgrade iron armor, turning it into the Drake set, which gives you knockback immunity when you have the full set equipped. Then we have dragon meat, which has a chance to drop when you kill a dragon, and all of these can be cooked. So lesser desert worms drop desert worm meat, canary wyverns, silver gliders, and roost stalkers will drop low tier meat, dragon fruit and overworld drakes drop common meat, and butterfly leviathans drop apex meat. Each subsequent tier is better than the previous. Then we have the dragon staff, which is crafted by combining a red geode and a blaze rod. It is used to access dragon's inventories. You can put a saddle, chest, and or armor on an overworld drake, and you can equip a butterfly leviathan with a conduit. Then we have dragon armor, and there are gold, iron, diamond, platinum, and geode variants, and they can be crafted like this. And you use the dragon staff to equip it onto an overworld drake. Next section up is the blocks. And the only blocks that this mod adds so far are the previously mentioned ores and their decoration blocks, which are crafted exactly how you would expect. Finally, we have the entities. Now this mod adds 7 creatures so far, the first of which is the lesser desert worm, which is the smallest creature in the mod. It spawns in both the deserts and badlands. It will eat anything the size of a wolf or smaller, and it hides beneath the sand dunes. They'll run away from anything bigger than a wolf, including players. They cannot be tamed or bred, and they can be obtained as an item by right-clicking them with an empty hand, whereupon they will screech until being released. They can be cooked alive and eaten, but they aren't very sustaining. And finally, they can be dug out of the sand using a fishing rod, at which point they'll shoot up out of the sand and run away, seeking to rebury themselves. Then we have the overworld drake, which are fast, aggressive dragons that will attack you when you get close to them. They spawn in plains and savannas during the day. They have a roar move, which will slow you down, and also a devastating headbutt attack that can destroy you even if you have full diamond armor equipped. They drop 1 to 4 common meat, 1 to 3 leather, and have a 65% chance to drop a drake backplate. They can be tamed like a horse, but it is much more dangerous. When you right-click them with a saddle, the saddle will be equipped and you right-click them again to ride them. If you're knocked off, they can hit you in midair, launching you far, causing lots of fall damage. They'll keep attacking you until you tame it, which can take a while. Once tamed, they can be ridden with a right click. If the player gets attacked, the dragon will attack whatever attack the player. You can also use a keybind, which is V by default to make an attack. You can change this keybind in the controls menu. They can be bred with another overworld drake by feeding them wheat. However, it has to be a male-female pair. The males have streaks of blue and slightly longer horns. The females have no blue on them and slightly shorter horns. Once bred, the egg will fly up about 10 blocks above the dragon, and when it's placed, it will take 15 minutes to hatch. You can pick up the egg by punching it once. The egg will keep the same time to hatch as it had when you punched it. The babies don't have horns and can't attack until they're adults. They can be tamed by feeding them wheat, and they can't be saddled or ridden until adults. They also have a rare albino variant. Then we have the Silver Glider, which are passive dragons that resemble birds and will flee if attacked and not land for a while. They spawn in oceans and on beaches, and they can be tamed by slowly approaching it with tropical fish, cod, or salmon. Once tamed, they'll follow the player until stopped by sneaking or right-clicking them with an empty hand. Once sitting, they'll curl their tail around themselves. You can breed these guys, but once again you need a male-female pair. The males have glowing scales along their wings and tails that can be blue, green, or orange. The females have no glowing scales. If you feed the pair cod, salmon, or tropical fish while at least one glider is standing, an egg will pop out, and the egg will hatch after 10 minutes. The baby gliders need to be tamed or they'll try to run away from the player. If you right-click a tamed silver glider with an open hand, it'll sit on your shoulders and act like an elytra, which will let you glide for short distances. If it's between December 14th and 26th, they'll have a special Christmas texture, and they'll also very rarely be gold. Then we have the Roost Stalker, which are neutral flightless dragons that won't attack unless you provoke them. They spawn in almost every biome in groups of 5 to 25. They can be tamed when fed 1 to 3 dragon eggs. Once tamed, they can be put on your head or made to sit. If you click it with an item, it will take it and hold it in its mouth. It will eat dragon eggs or meat. If you give them the sword, they'll fight with you. They can be bred by feeding them 1 gold nugget each with at least 1 standing. There are no visual differences between genders. The eggs will hatch in 5 minutes, and the babies must also be fed dragon eggs. They can still hold items and fight, but are slightly weaker than adults. These guys can and will steal items from chests, and they also have a rare albino variant. Then we have the Butterfly Leviathan, which are the first Apex tier added by the mod. They spawn in oceans and have 2 colors, deep blue and deep purple. They're hostile, and their swim speed is faster than boats and your swim speed, and they will bite you. They can be tamed if and only if they're on land and fed dried kelp or dragon meat. To get them on land, you simply have to aggro one, and then exit the water. The Butterfly Leviathan will follow you, and then you'll be able to tame it. They can be ridden on land without suffocating, but they are extremely slow. They're much faster in water. These guys cannot be bred. They're very useful for rapid water transportation, and they can also fight off drowned and some land mobs. If you give it a conduit via the dragon staff, it will gain the ability to strike lightning on whatever entity you target using the attack key. It also has a rare albino variant. Then we have the Dragon Fruit Drakes, which are hostile pink dragons that spawn in jungles. They will take occasional naps even during the daytime. They can be tamed by feeding a baby wheat or sweet berries, and they can be bred by feeding both parents apples, but you need a male-female pair. The males have pink underbellies and the females have white underbellies. The babies are all green. They can be sheared for apples. They're not as good as fighters as overworld drakes, but they can be ridden. And finally, we have the Canary Wyverns, which are small, hostile winged dragons that spawn uncommonly at the edges of swamps. They drop up to 2 common meat and up to 3 feathers. They'll lash out with their tail, doing small amounts of damage and inflicting poison upon their target. They can be tamed using sweet berries. If you right-click them, it will be put on the player's head or either the player's shoulder if the head is occupied. You can have up to 3 riding you at one time. They will attack any mob that hurts their owner and any mob that their owner attacks. The males have longer, slightly curved horns and bright circles on their wings. Females have dark wing circles, short horns, and are often duller in color. They will occasionally preen themselves, dropping a single feather. You can breed them if you have a male-female pair and by feeding them sweet berries. Both need to be tamed before breeding. They also have 2 special textures that you can access by giving them a custom name tag. If you name any Canary Wyvern Rudy, they'll have this texture. And if you name any female Canary Wyvern Lady Everlyn Winkelstein, it'll have this special texture. And that is pretty much going to wrap up this mod showcase, everybody. I hope you enjoyed it. As always, if you did, please make sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe for more. We will be returning to Between Lines content next week, so make sure you're subscribed and you have notifications on so you don't miss that upload. If you would like to download this mod for yourself, link will be down in the description below, as well as a link to the wiki and the Discord. You will also need to have Citadel installed. Once again, this is for version 1.15.2 of Minecraft, and that's all we have, so peace out, everybody.